Hey guys, it's Rodog Speaks again, back with yet another video. So I just wanted to do this quite quick one today for you all. I just sort of got spurred by something on Twitter that I saw just about the state of the country, and I know my last video was sort of similar to this, but in a different vein. I'll just read you something that I've just seen. I think it's from like a Reddit thread. So it's just something that I spotted, but it just occurred to me. I was like, yes, this is exactly how I feel about the direction that the UK is headed in at the moment. So here we go. So someone says, I'm a British person, born and raised here, but have spent almost all of my adult life living abroad in different cultures and experiencing different ways of living in a society. Spending the last few months here, not just in London, but all across the UK and in Europe, I can't help but feel that there is something very wrong with the UK. Poverty and homelessness rife, filthy streets, litter everywhere, disturbing Orwellian PSAs seem to perpetuate fear culture, live facial recognition bans, NHS falling apart, relentless advertising, appalling mobile service, insanely expensive and crappy transport, insanely expensive and crappy housing, insanely expensive and crappy almost everything. My friends who live here are just like, nah, it's normal, but I can't understand how people are just fine with how things are. Slowly boiled frog syndrome? Am I alone in feeling like the country is completely falling apart at the seams and baffled that nobody seems to care or notice? I feel like I'm going mad or something. And yeah, I read that and was like, yes, I feel like that on a daily basis. Especially the point about the relentless advertising. It seems like from the moment you wake up to the second you go to bed, you're just bombarded by adverts and people wanting to sell you things, and companies, whether it's on the radio or the TV or billboards or anything on the internet, YouTube, advertising on this video. But it's true though, like this country is absolutely like falling to bits. Like transport is expensive, houses are ridiculously expensive, the NHS, you're waiting hours and hours for an ambulance to arrive, and when you do get an ambulance you're out and waiting outside the hospital for hours. You can't get an appointment. Education teachers are absolutely exasperated. They're working too long and they've got too many kids to look after, and parents can't afford school uniform, food banks, homelessness, energy price explosion, and the government is just nowhere to be found. They're just completely, they don't want to really do anything radical. They're just if anything, piecemeal change, and they only really act when they're absolutely pushed to by either other parties or the public. And yeah, and I'm sure, like, when I was a kid, like in the 90s, it didn't used to be this bad. Like, even with climate change, like, we've just had seriously hot weather and like the ground is parched, and we've just had like thunderstorms, and like rivers are running dry, and it's like, oh my god, like things are really, really crap. And like, what do we do? Like, what do we do? And it's he's right when he says we sort of feel like a frog boiling in a pot. Like, slowly the temperature starts going up, but it's so sort of gradual that you barely notice it happening, and then you end up like just boiling to death, which is like a really horrific image, I grant you. But like, how are we putting up with this as a country? Like, how are we just letting this happen? I mean, like, I get the whole keep calm and carry on sort of attitude in the UK of like, oh well, like, it's just Tory's gonna Tory, and they'll be gone soon, and like we can just do our own little protest, like. But it's just got to the point where, like, does protesting even have an effect? Like, if we go out in the streets, are they gonna drastically change their mind and be like, oh my goodness, like, clutch my pearls, people are out in the street, so we must go and do another U-turn? I just don't think that's gonna happen anymore. It just seems like, you know, whatever happens, much like Boris Johnson, he can get away with pretty much everything until he absolutely must resign, which is quite rare with, like, most politicians. So, like, what the hell are we going to do, guys? What the hell are we going to do? Something has to break with the way this country is going, the direction this country is headed in, because, you know, otherwise we're just going to be very, very, very screwed. And yeah, just carry on with this miserable existence of just letting things happen to us rather than, you know, actually shouting about it and doing something about it when we don't like it. So yeah, what do you guys think? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with this guy on this Reddit thread? Let me know in the comments, and as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the like button, and also click the bell if you want to be notified when I do other videos. See you soon, guys!